Hi team, welcome back. Day 16, we're gonna do assignment reviews. I believe there were 3 assignments that I had given for SDET over the weekend, and this is what we're looking at. Not complicated, I hope, but they're easy to understand as well. So let's see. So these are the other topics that we have to cover. We'll come to them later. Okay, so let's go one after the other. How do we convert a string into camel case? And then legal to vote or not. Redo banking assignment using classes, oops, and try except final. Okay, let's see. Okay, Deepa, I'm starting with you. I'm going to make each of you the presenter team. Start look at what you've done. And please do not hesitate to show up your work. I know you're all at the very beginning stages, and we will definitely improve. So will be great to see whatever you're progressing. When you're ready, just say show your screen.
Okay. Can you?
I'll do it anyway. I'm gonna make you presenter. You should.
Okay, it's open system preferences. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay, how about now?
No. Did you click on that share button as well?
Now it should be showing because it's yeah.
No, Deepa, it's still not showing it. It's not to me. I don't think you've completed all the steps in the presentation thing.
Okay, show main screen. Oh yeah, okay, Paychan. There you go.
There. Now I can see.
Do you want me to start with the camel case one? I just use a couple of methods, the pre-built methods.
Sure.
Sure. So here's my code where the user inputs a sentence, and then I am getting the sentence and using the title method so that it gets converted into title case, and from there I'm replacing all the white spaces with making sure that there's no spaces, and then printing it. If I run this code here, just 1 minute. Okay, so this is a test. Testing is fun. So this is what I have for the first one. Hello, can you hear me?
Explain to me, this is good. It looks good. Yes, you're using, explain to me what .title is doing.
Oh, title will, it'll do the title case, capitalize each word. The first word will get capitalized.
All right. Now, the only challenge in this is the word this in the front, the first word should be lower.
Okay, let me do that as well. This is a test. Oh, let's do this. So when I did that, this is also changing into camel case.
So for a camel case, the first word has to start to be all lower.
Oh, it should all be lower?
Go to Google, for example, and take that text and say camel case example. And if you look at the assignment also, it says, except for the first word,
Mhm.
every other word will have the title form.
So if it is, so if I do camel case, I did run your example. Just give me 1 minute before.
Sure.
Where's the example here? I did run this can be a string. Okay. So when I run this one, yeah, this is not, oh, wow. I have to change the code then. The first one should be changed into lowercase. I thought every word should be camel cased.
Just the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So what you could do is find a way to maybe the first
Okay.
word. That's
Yeah.
why replacing spaces maybe after conversion. Just check that.
Okay.
That's the right. Your logic is correct. Your flow is correct, Deepa.
Okay. So I found a bug just now on the vote verification one. Okay, I'll run it and show it to you as what I did. I just now found the bug. Okay. So it says here, if I do month and date and year, say 89, it would say, yes, you can vote. So, however, if I try to run this again, I found a bug just now. I have to fix it though. So if I do this, say 19 and 19, or say let's do whatever. I think I did something like this. See, it says 2003. So,
Actually, you know, Deepa, it is not a bug
but it should
because
validate for the year, right?
that is, see, I look at it this way. If my users are very stupid, like let's say Facebook or WhatsApp, where everyone uses it, I'll make sure even if they try to enter a bug, it will not come in. But you clearly said, na, please enter your date of birth as MMDDYYYY in
Yeah,
that format.
yeah.
So the only validation you should see is it coming in that format?
Yes.
And let's see how you're saying born input,
So, and then I'm getting the year and month and date, and then I'm putting it in the date. So basically, I'm comparing today's date with whatever the date that I have it in bond. So based on this, the age comes in, and once we have the age, it prints and checks for, basically runs through the condition and then says whether the person is able to vote or not.
sure, very nice. See, team, look at the variations or flavors of coding that Python can give us. And very hardly you'll see many programming languages giving the flexibility. Line 3, for example, I'm taking an input, I'm splitting them where a slash is forward slash, and then I'm putting it into 3 variables, each one into one, birth and birthday, birth y. That's a great one. And then I'm saying born equals date. We're actually converting it into the date format. Year equals this, month equals this, day equals to this. Very nice. And then what is today's date? Date dot day. Tell me what is today's date. So age is primarily today dot year minus born dot year. Now this is okay for, we need exact date of birth. Has to be 21 or so. Primarily what I've seen is, even if you go to a gas station, what we would observe is they would every day change that, or there would be a program running which says you should be born on so and so date or earlier to buy anything that is not for kids. So we're only checking for the year. So we may also have to check for the date and the month.
Okay. Okay. So basically get the date, month, and then try to verify it. Okay.
Line, can we do a couple of things just to see how our code is working?
Mhm.
After line 6, can you print today? Whole thing, okay? I want to see how it's coming out.
Mhm.
And then we are not just comparing,
Mm.
should be 21 years. Born on same day, 21 years ago, basically.
So it's
So
printing the whole date, Karthik.
it's getting us the whole date, correct?
Mhm.
Now, what I would say is, see, look at the little different logic to the same thing. Approach, everything is the same. Just to get correct information. See, for example, someone who's born in Jan might be legal to vote. Someone who's born in December may not be legal to vote yet. Correct? So, I'll tell you. Can I get keyboard and mouse once?
Yes, please.
Uh,
It's
what I'm
asking me
saying
something.
is, I'll say legal date equals today. So do me one after line 7.
Mhm.
Say legal date equals today, the whole thing.
I'm sorry, I lost you.
No, that's good. Legal date equals today. In the next line,
Mhm.
legal date dot year. Year is
Dot.
coming up.
Oh, year. Okay. Yes.
Just say year equals today dot year minus 21. So now can you print legal date? So it is 2020, right?
Mhm.
Someone who's born in 1999 on
Mhm.
3 something it will come to us.
Mhm.
Will be able to vote. So that's today, and legal date is coming as next print statement on line 10. So now let's
Do you have a specific, date in
date
mind?
in mind. Sure, let's put 01/01/1999. 99.
90. Oh, sorry.
One
I
second.
don't think. Hang on. 01, 01, 1999. Okay.
Line 9. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Date dot. Uh, uh, okay, very simple. Say today dot year. No, I have to sit down. I won't disturb your code, but you
Mhm.
did get the logic, right? I want to get
Yes.
one date.
Mhm.
That date is anyone born before this date is legal to vote.
Okay.
So we need to get that date. That date is today's date minus 21
Minus
years.
21. Okay.
Okay, so your born is there, right? Like date of this.
Yes.
Similarly, we'll create legal date equals date of this.
Okay.
Copy the whole thing.
Mhm.
Please.
Do you want me to do that now?
Yeah, it'll be just a minute. So
Okay. Yeah.
just copy that above one. Mhm.
Okay.
Can you actually put it on line 10, override it on line 9 or 10? Both actually, you can remove both of them.
Okay.
No, keep that. Keep that. I meant the other line also you can remove.
Okay.
Okay, so now legal date is, now here, what we will say is date is today dot year. See, we're saying year equals to,
Mm-hmm.
so no, here, okay. In on line 9,
Mm-hmm.
date year equals int birth y, is that correct?
Yes.
Delete int birth y
Okay.
and say that is today dot year
Okay.
minus 21. Okay.
Then-
Month is today dot month. Date equals today dot date.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then you should be able to proceed as to, oh, is this now legal or not for us?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have 2 dates to compare.
Okay.
Print legal date. Okay, just run this code once. At least we should be able to print the legal date there. Good job, Deepa. I'm glad you looking at the logic and you writing some smart Python code there. There we go. So see, you should basically be born on 03/1999 or earlier to be able to vote.
Hmm.
That's what we provide as the solution.
Okay.
This is good. We can fine tune this a little bit more. Good job.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very well.
Karthik, I didn't do the third one yet.
No problem. No problem. This is good.
Thank you so much.
Yes. The third one is a good repeat of all the basics, including try, except, final, what if account balance is low, few things. But again, as time permits, it's a good practice, please. Let's
Thank you
see.
so much.
Yes, I was this.
Hello.
Hi, Madhuri.
Hi, Karthik.
Hello, good evening. Go ahead, please.
Hi, good evening.
Karthik, do you want to mute me?
You don't want to speak?
Oh, no. I was just asking because somebody else is, presenting. I thought I would be on mute.
No, I think Deepa is done. So it's your turn. And you are now the presenter.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, is it Deepa was saying? Okay, Deepa,
Yes,
I'll mute.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
1 second. All right, Madhuri, we can hear you and see
Hi.
your screen.
Oh, hi, Karthik.
Please go ahead.
For legal to vote, I didn't write that logic. Like I just took x as a
Sure.
variable and I put integer like input, enter your age, and then if x is greater than 18, I said print congratulations, you can vote now. Else, sorry, you have to be 18 to vote legally.
Sure. So, and it is absolutely fine when you look at a solution team. Okay, and Madhuri, good one, that you could put it up as a straight logic. This is what I want. Now, the reason we try and write a code that is little bit longer or can
Okay.
handle additional is primarily that sometimes client will not give us all the requirements. They will say like me, like I said, hey, is it legal to vote? Then we will have to sometimes do our analysis. Now, is it 18 years or 21 years, for example, can be a decision that can change from country to country, correct?
Correct.
Now, so my program should be able to easily change that. So say in line 2, your x is greater than 18 is there. Now, if x is somewhere else, x is greater than 21 maybe, right? So I can change it in
Right.
one place. And so we are thinking longevity of our programs. Oh, you know what? If this comes to implement, then that change should be easy. That is one thing. The
Yeah, right.
second, functionality. You know what? Why should the user only hardly, I mean, every time if I'm comparing it with that age, enter your age, what user does not tell me the age correctly? What if it is close to, so let us say I was born on the 3rd of March, 1999 or whatever, 21 years. I'm at the verge, edge of very close. Can I vote or not? So those boundaries of data sometimes becomes important. How does my program at that point in time? Okay.
Okay.
Is where we will start thinking, oh, you know what? I should also handle this. Let me also compare month. Let me also compare date. So when a
Okay.
user says age, I want to get the complete date of birth.
Yeah, I'll
Then,
try to like.
but you're understanding, right? Why we are trying to
Yes.
think more than what is plainly asked?
Right, right.
Because at the end of it, someone has to use this application. Who could be the users is one thought. Then if it changes, second thought. You know, these thoughts will make it,
Yes.
our programs come out to those shapes. But good.
Yes. I'll make
Mm,
the changes today.
right. Thank you, Madhavi. Let's go to the next.
Yeah. I did the banking assignment. Actually, I spent a lot of time on this, so
Looks like it. Looks like you spent a lot of time.
yeah.
A lot of effort here.
Yeah, so I took the class bank account, and then I took the init function, and I did self and balance as the parameters,
Mm,
and then I did self dot balance equals balance,
mm.
and I created some methods under the class.
Deposit, withdraw, and print balance. Okay. Okay. Go up, please. So deposit. If amount is less than or equal to 0, invalid amount deposit. I see. I see. Very nice.
Else
And
balance
withdraw.
equal to yeah.
Yes. Then withdrawings, if amount is greater than self dot balance, only then you can withdraw. If amount is greater than, you cannot withdraw. If amount is
Yes.
less than balance, then I can withdraw.
Yeah, then it's self dot balance minus amount.
Hmm. Can you do one thing? Can you call after line 9? After line 9, hit an enter. Tap, tap, tap. No spaces, tab, please. Don't use spaces ever. Always use tab. Go back all the way. Delete, delete, delete. Come to self dot balance. Tab till there.
Okay.
Are you using spaces, please? Or did
Excuse
you
me?
pick tab key?
Yeah, I use the tab key.
Okay, good. It looked like maybe you phased into it. Okay, now say print underscore balance.
Yeah, actually I wanted to do that, but
Open and close brackets. And maybe you need to define this.
declared it. Yeah.
No.
No.
Just no. Just say print underscore balance, open square, open brackets, close brackets. What are you doing, please? Can you tell me?
Do I need to define this somewhere or?
You already defined it on line 17, correct?
Yes.
You're calling that function now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so remove that bracket also. Say self dot. Should come up. Actually, it's not self dot anymore. It's print underscore balance of that object. So just say print underscore balance, open close brackets at the end. Maybe it's the definition that is going there. What I wanted to do was very simple. After you finish adding, print the balance. After you withdraw on line 16 also, you should also print the balance since
Yes,
you've created
correct.
function. Okay. So, but somehow that is not coming out correctly because now you see self dot print underscore balance. Self, okay. Just put the word self dot before this print underscore balance.
Yeah.
Why? What are you doing?
I'm trying to put.
Spaces. Why? That is the first and fundamental mistake we are doing, team. Do not use spaces anywhere. Delete everything. Delete it. Remove the spaces, please, first.
Delete.
Print underscore balance is there now. Select that. You can use mouse now. Team, please practice a lot of this. Practice a lot of this coding, okay? Slowly we'll get to it in the 2-3 weeks. Now you should be able to print the balance. So same, copy line 10 and put it in line 16.
Okay.
All this team, they will ask us to do this coding at least basic level to see what we're able to do. So let's get very comfortable. Okay, this is how. Only way is writing about 150 to 200 programs in Python, and slowly one after the other we're getting there. Yes, please paste it here as well. So Madhuri, you're understanding, right? I'm saying do not use spaces.
Okay.
Only use if necessary. Okay.
Okay.
If I
Okay.
to write something before print underscore balance, I will not first put spaces and then write. I will just start typing it. No? It will
Oh.
automatically delete. Very
Oh.
important in Python.
Mm-hmm.
Any spaces additionally instead of tabs will not recognize the block. Okay. Now let's see your main program.
Should I run it or?
I haven't seen the rest of the program.
Oh, okay.
So explain please to me. What is this code doing? Is it the end of the code? Is there any to scroll in the code?
Yeah, it ends here and then I call here.
Okay, but is there anything after line 30?
No, there is nothing.
Because I see it's still just keep going, please. Yeah, there are so many blank lines. Remove them.
Oh.
So because when I saw that there's so much of scrolling, I thought maybe. So keep deleting. Hit delete key. Okay. Now it will see. I'm very sorry, team, but I'm trying to give the emphasis to coding first. Because we need to be very sure. When even I asked line 30, if it's the last line, you said no. but to the right side I was seeing your scroll, vertical scroll was still there. There was no code in it, but there were empty lines. Sometimes
Yes.
it becomes dangerous. What if we put some code and forget? So go till the end of the line code always. Always go.
Okay.
Scroll it down. Account 1 equals to bank account balance equals 1000. You created that. Account 1 print underscore balance. Are you using this if name main?
Should we put the main function here, like before
No.
calling?
I've not shown it, right? Where did you see this from?
Actually, my husband taught me a little bit, so
Okay. You can avoid these things. They only confuse you more at the beginning.
oh, okay.
All that
I don't need.
structure. Yes. So we don't need that. So Madhuri, for you, right? Just focus on whatever we understand. We don't have to learn anything additional. So even in Python team, that's what I'm saying. There's so many things to learn. It can be very overwhelming. So don't get alarmed. Oh, I have to learn this and that. So that's why only learn basic, simple initially. As you keep going, we can learn. So this is good. So now account 1 equals bank account, print balance, deposit, print balance, withdraw. Oh, you're doing print balance here itself. Good.
Yes.
I was actually doing the print balance in the function itself. Now actually, you know what you can do? You can comment line 26 and 29. Just put a hash in front of it. Yeah, and this. The code that you wrote for your assignment, the banking one, very neat, very simple, very neat code. Good one. Let's run this.
Should I run it?
Yes, please.
I think I need to add more print statements. So it says like your balance is 1000 and your deposit is
More English you want to add it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. More easy for us when we will looking at the print also.
Yes.
And we can say. And see, you know how you do it? Can I'll quickly guide you with one or two.
Okay.
Can I take, please?
Yes.
So now we're saying deposit, right?
Yes.
Now let us say deposit is successful. And this will get me the balance to print, correct?
Yes.
And this is just printing. So here itself, I can change to the new balance is self dot balance each time, and you can also print. So this is good enough for now. It's at least saying the new balance. Here then we can say added. Right.
Added balance.
This is withdraw actually. So I'll say withdrawing. Here we can say, and see, I'm keeping it very simple, not even anything, just for my clarity initially. And this is deposit. And I'm still saying withdrawing and depositing because it is still not done. Only once it comes to print underscore balance here, then I can say print deposited. Okay. See, for example, what will happen is, now this is there, right? Let's run this as is. The new balance is 1000, depositing. The new balance is 1200. Actually, here we'll say depositing, comma, amount. I'm sorry, I'm doing it on your one.
Oh, no
But I
problem.
just, so, and again, I'll leave one space between each function so it's easy for me to see.
Mhm.
Say withdrawing, comma, and whatever. So we know exactly how it is going. So new balance is 1000, depositing 200, new balance is 1200, deposited, withdrawing 100, new balance is 1100. So that's good.
So
Now
it's very,
see,
mhm.
yeah, it's so which was the first function here? Deposit, correct?
Yes.
So see, it's saying depositing, then deposited. Withdraw also similarly. 1 second. Just because I'm trying to show you the try catch where it will become necessary.
Mhm.
Yes. Sorry. Print withdraw.
I think the oh, yeah.
Withdrawn. This so that I know I'll just put some additional characters here. Go up. And here, successful deposit. I'll say deposit. Now rerunning the same code. So basically all this greater than means that everything is good, what I wanted to do. Observe team, how I'm trying to develop this, because here is where we should not fast track, we should slow track. Now let us say in this, for some reason I gave deposit now what would happen? Is less than or equal to not supported string or int. That itself is coming first, is it? Let's say for withdrawn. Second. Oops. Couple of minutes, team. I'm having a lot of remote issues connecting to the system, so slowly doing it. So here, because we will get errors if we send something else, team, and the deposit will not be done. So it will say, oh, withdrawing or depositing, but it will not complete the whole thing. That is where you need to use try catch block. In here, of
Oh,
course, it is even before it is going. So primarily, if the amount is not correct, a format, of course, it's not able to do this at this moment. But let us say it gets to this point somewhere, and if it gives some other value than a number, it cannot do it. So it's a depositing, and you'll think that it is done. You'll not think that it is deposited. Yeah. Something went wrong here. Okay. So Madhuri, you might have to clean up that code of whatever changes that I was doing.
okay.
But yes, the code looks absolutely fantastic in terms of what it does. Now let's take it to the try except also. And say
Okay.
where can it have an issue? What do we do? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. You want to show this camel case one, please?
I didn't actually do that. Like,
No,
if you can, yeah. Can you please
sure, no
explain
problem.
that, like camel case one?
I will. Do one thing, just go to google.com,
Okay.
search for camel case examples once for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Actually, it's not related with Python. It's
Oh, okay.
anything. Just a camel case examples. Enter. Click on that image, second one maybe. See. Okay. You seeing the image on the right side? How to convert Pascal camel case? So
Yes.
that input string called this is a test string.
Test.
And there's a Pascal case called this is a test string. I think that is what who Deepa you were doing, I think, earlier. Next one is a camel case where up first word all lower, second word onwards, only the first letter up.
Yes.
Okay, so that is the what we want. If this input is this is a test string, the output should be that.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, got it.
Perfect. Work on that. These are all interesting ones, team, to try. It will very sharpen our coding skills.
Okay.
Great, excellent. Thank you. Good job,
Thank
Madhuri.
you.
Really appreciate this work.
Thank you, Karthik. Thank you.
One second. There is a big message from Suresh. I'll come to you that message in a little while. Let me look. Neeraja just made you present. Oh, that's one nice one, Suresh. OCR, I've been so fascinated with OCR since early 2000s because there were projects that used to come where we had to convert hard copies to soft copies. OCR is optical character recognition. So how to convert an image to text, PDF to Word document, and so on. And also in automation testing team, these days they're doing pixel level testing. So they want to see, okay, is everything correct in the image overall, in the web UI itself. Suresh, all the best for what you're doing on that. I'm sure there's a lot of complexities that you're working to create. OCR using Python. Okay, all the best. Yes, Neeraja. Got this. Neeraja can't hear you. One second. You've dialed in, so yeah. Now, still cannot hear you, Neeraja. Sorry, Neeraja, you're not audible to us. Dialing into the phone also, I believe, to check. And you have the. Oh, now I can.
Oh, hey. Sorry about that. I did the camel case, like I didn't use much of functions like the total, I mean, like what is title or anything.
Right.
So I don't know if I did right way or not. So
I
anyway,
wouldn't have got that idea. So I would have approached it in a different way too. Title idea, even I didn't get it. But yes,
okay.
go ahead.
Yeah, so first I have two functions. One function is to convert each of the word into the like title, meaning the first one should be first character is upper and rest all should be lower. So convert the first character to uppercase. I'm adding some notes there, and the next one is for convert the whole string. I'm splitting all the different words into a list first list by followed by, I mean, everything is separated with a space. So if I have here are some examples, so that will have like a here are some, all those three are taken as different list items. So starting with the first one should always be lowercase. So I'm just starting with that as output. From the second one onwards in that range, I'm using the above function to convert into the uppercase one. And then finally taking that as an output for the second function. So if I run this one, converting the string to camel case.
Before we run, can I relook at the code? I'm just trying to get the logic in once again.
Sure.
Okay, so the
I try
first
to add
function,
more.
Convert word to camel. So if I send one word, we convert it into camel case and return that. And primarily in that, what we are doing, we're taking the first one and making it upper, the character, and every character after second, we are making it lower. Correct? That's what we're doing on line 13.
Yes.
Perfect. Now on line 16, that's my new function, convert string to camel, the whole string. So in this, I'm taking my string and splitting it. So splitting maybe at spaces, right? Wherever we see a space. That's why I'm assuming it'll be default also will be the same. And then we are taking L string 0. L string 0 will be the first word then. So on line 22,
first word is all lower.
First word, go to lower. And then from I in range, 1 to length of L string. So because 0 is not needed anymore. S output is old S output plus, very nice, convert word to camel and send L string of I. Very nice. Nice logic. I would have written something as big as this, like this, similarly, but this is very, very neat. See how we've created a function to convert anything to camel, and we will call that for every word except for the first one. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
so in here, I'm just giving examples so we don't have to type. So I'm just taking this one with the different characters. So if I just type in here, I mean, so the first one will always be lowercase, and then from the next onwards, it will take that and then convert only this first one into uppercase, rest all lower. Similarly, this. So if I run it, like I tried with the numbers as well. So the last example is this one. So here also we are expecting, even though we are taking that as input, but if we are inputting as a string, inputting anything, it is taken as string. So it will still convert like, you know, this is my house number with that number. Cool.
Did you see a smart team for that line number 31 in the code? So she's printing out the examples. Here are some examples you can use. So you don't have to keep on typing each time those inputs. So just copy and paste from the above and do it. Very smart. Very, very smart. And I'm glad that sometimes I get a chance to look at how you approach and do team. A lot of learning for me too in this. So
Cool.
this nice. Yeah, 3. Very
Yeah, I
nice.
haven't used any of the try and throw because I'm going to do that later. So I'll proceed with the next one, if that's okay.
Sure.
For the
No,
date
go back.
one, sorry,
Go back to the one, please.
Okay.
Team, I also, can you go to the top in the beginning? I also want to comment on the documentation that has been done. See, for example, convert word to camel could have been just one line, didn't have to be 4 lines. But the logic is so well explained in English. This kind of a documentation is very, very well respected in the industry. Because you're thinking for someone in the future, if it is you're going to be the only programmer, you don't have to document so much. You kind of remember the logic, how it gets. Sometimes you'll also forget after a few months. So very, very good job on the documentation. Really good job.
So going on to
Yes.
the second one, so I'm using the date time import. I started with just the year calculation, but then the edge cases were not working properly. So I used this function where everything, all the dates are converted into days instead of years. So that way it is like I'm able to successfully test the edge cases as well. So here I am giving the 3 valid date formats. Either I can enter in YYYY, I mean 4-digit number for a year, or month, or MMDDYY. So in these 3 options, they can choose A, B, or C. If they choose anything other than that, I'm gonna say please choose the valid option and then stop the code there. If it is option A, then enter your birth year. So I'm using the same function like what I did here, but rather than just ignoring the year, month and date here, I'm just saying, okay, if I say June 15th, which is almost like mid of the year, so if I'm just saying 1978 or something, it will give 41 years, because I want to reuse the same function instead of writing 3 different functions. So if they give the value in month and year, then I'm going to split those value as first one as month and then second one as year. So that becomes I date of birth month and I date of birth year. And then calculating this, assuming that it is like mid of the year. Say in case if I just say October 1978, I'm assuming it's like close to October 15, 1970. And if it is T, then the whole thing is given MMDDYY format. I'm going to split all those 3. And then date is a function where it can take all the values in this format and then calculate age. So if I run, so I'm just checking, like, you know, if it is valid, you cannot be older than 1910 or you cannot be younger than 2020. So I'm just giving one verification there saying that does not make sense. And then I'm assuming this. Go ahead.
Once again, can I look at the calculate age function once again?
Yes.
You're sending only one input here, right?
Yeah.
Go down.
Yeah. Only thing is this date. I'm assuming that like it takes 3 date function itself. It takes 3 inputs.
You're sending it as
year.
date function.
Yeah.
A minus. But 365.2425 is an approximation. Not because of saying that there will be instances. For example, this was a leap year. We have 29th of Feb. So there will be someone who will come on Feb 29 and maybe they will get rejected. They should not be. I'm just saying those bounds. So if it has,
that I haven't had.
Actually, it wouldn't matter, but okay, let's say minus birth date is date birthday. I see.
So whatever difference is there, I am taking the days of it. So if it is 1 year, 3 months is difference, then it is going to be 365 plus those many days. So it will always be converted into days, and I'm dividing that into this number. So yearly like 365 days, roughly 2.4. Oh, leap year also is covered because of this factor. Say if I had done only 365, then leap year would have failed. But since I'm doing this, leap year also works.
No, it should not be that way. It should be 365, 365, 365, then 366. It should be exact. Or
yeah, that one day I am dividing into 3 different parts. So that is like 2, 4, 5.
And
I mean,
that
close
we
to
are
3.3.
based on that, yes, but that is also assumption is on which year is currently we are doing.
Yeah.
There will always be a case where you, so for example, it is your birthday today. This program may say that you cannot vote while you're supposed to be able to vote. It is possible. So the only way to test it is, see, what we're saying.
But it
is,
worked, Karthik. I tried with today's date, like for 2002, it worked. And if it is for tomorrow onwards, it is not working. I mean, in the sense it says you are not eligible. So it is coming as 18 and 17.
So then that's a good test if you have done that in terms of what is today, 18 years.
So let me just quickly run. So if I just say 1978, it says your
choose an option.
Yeah.
But I like the way you're coding, making it more functional.
Okay, so it says your age is 41, and then it does that. And if I execute and say month and year always works. So let's see option 3. For that, if I do 03, which is today's date, 02 of 2020, sorry, 2002. So that is like exactly 18 years, right? Then it says it is valid. But if I test for tomorrow, which is option 3, 0304, oh, sorry, 03. Oh, I tested for 02 and 04. I didn't test. So your age is, but actually it should be eligible. You're right. So if I change the calculation and consider a leap year also, then it might come as a difference.
Or instead of giving, you will have to do, like, see, the way the logic also is, what is the legal day? Or you should be born on or before this date to be able to vote. Once we find that, then we can, you're younger than this or older than this, like the first approach. But I really like the approach where you're dividing it by.
Oh, no, wait. So tomorrow, if they're born tomorrow, 2002, they should not be eligible. So which is right. Until today, it is coming as you are eligible. So I think the edge case is working here.
That is correct. And that's what I was thinking. It seems to be working because they cannot vote today. They can vote tomorrow. So this should be working. And I think, but you have to just take different those data points and test it.
Yeah.
So today, day after, yesterday, like that, 18 years back. That's the main data point.
Yep. So that is that. And then in the banking one, I did only one enhancement. I just used the try and exception handling only, but I haven't completed the OOPS yet. So I mean, I didn't get a chance to it. But like the previous application, we were just verifying whether I'm assuming that everything is entered in a proper way. But yeah, I'll show the output, then I can walk you back. Say this ID is 3. Okay. Okay, and asking for what you want to do. If I do A, it's just gonna check balance in it. There's nothing that I can go wrong in it. So I'm gonna check for B. Add amount to balance. If I say $20, it will automatically work. But say if I am doing this, I am doing an exception handling here, expecting a numerical value could not convert string to float, which is a value error.
I see.
Can I explain that?
Yeah.
So if option is A, it is just a function of returning the balance of it. But if it is option B, I'm trying to get the value in numerical value. So if it is numerical value, then it's going to add that amount and show balance. But say if it is not a numerical value, if I enter some junk value like this, I'm catching that exception saying if it is a value error, then just print a message that expecting a numerical value could not convert string to float. I didn't know how to actually include the finally statement. If I just say finally or like end of a program or anything, it is coming in anyway. So I could not come up with a logic where something is valid, either if it is a valid one or an invalid one. So I just did
Yeah. So easiest one there, Neeraja, is line 91.
Okay.
And so finally just print the balance, the new balances.
But if it is an exception, then if I do finally, then again it will fail, right?
So don't call it. I'm not saying call it. Print it. Print your new balance. You already added, right?
Okay.
So where is that?
Oh, that did not work. Oh, you mean check balances? It just call the function check balance or whatever.
Correct. Yes. Check balance is fine.
Okay.
You have. So finally, you can use like that. So let us think of it this way. Forget computer, forget a program. Let us say we go to a bank. Okay? And there's $100 there. So I try and withdraw $120. It will say, try to do it. It says insufficient funds.
But you will still be able to see the balance. Okay.
Yes. And then if you say, okay, withdraw $20, it will say, okay, withdraw 20, available balance now is $80.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I do B now and give correct amount, then yeah, see, that is what happening. So that function should be altered a little bit. So I'll take care of it later. Here I just use the value error, and in the second one, when I'm trying to add, I used this exception as E1, and then like I'm displaying what that E1 is with a different message.
Okay. So that is any exception. And you have
yeah, whatever exception.
Very nice. I think very. Now with this, we can do Selenium WebDriver also easy. In next session, we can get into that.
Okay.
Let's see. So
yeah, if given some time, I would have loved to explain the whole banking application, but we did that already. So.
Sure. I think what we have done is sufficient so far. We will now directly start doing on web-based applications using our Python code. Okay, so that will be very interesting. As a Python project team, maybe something like any art we can build. But let's do a little Selenium WebDriver frameworks. Then we can do it. Great job, but I'm really glad to see such programs team. Fantastic way you're doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for presenting. Deepa, Madhuri, Neeraja. Did I miss someone else who wanted to present today? But good. I really hope. I was not very confident, team, because I didn't see too many responses in the Skype group if assignments were being done or not. But glad to see that. Excellent. We'll see you all back on Wednesday, team. Tomorrow I'm out on a conference, so I'll see you back on Wednesday. And we're going to start on Selenium WebDriver this time. All that we've learned together, let's put it together and create some frameworks now. Thank you all. Bye then.
Thank you.